Om Shanti. Good evening. Welcome back to the 21-day goal to cleanse the tough habits, day 12 today. So we will look at the habit of comparison, how to get rid of that, how it hurts, and how to cleanse that today. We'll take a couple of minutes to relax and to tune into ourselves. Sit comfortably. Quietly, relaxed. I take this time to be with myself, to talk to myself, to listen to myself. All day, my mind has been so busy in creating a lot of thoughts, doing a lot of creative job and day-to-day activities. I take this time to relax and to recharge my inner being. A few moments of silence away from the external world will help me relax, recharge, and energize. I take this time to meet my Supreme Parent, my Father, Mother, God, the highest on high, and my parent. So I put everything on hold for the next half hour to be with myself, my beloved God, my companion, guide, teacher. I gently focus my thoughts in the center of my forehead. I experience my true self, the shining, beautiful, loving star of light, the living energy that's driving this physical body. I am light. I am a pure being of light. I am a peaceful being. I am the child of God. I take this time to relax in the lap of God's remembrance. I, the soul, I now focus my thoughts upwards towards my Father, God, like a young sunflower which always moves towards the sun. I, the soul, I move upwards to meet my Father beyond this physical world. With the power of my thoughts, I travel beyond this physical world to the world of light, where my Father, God, is waiting for me. I see in front of me a bright, shining star of light, showering the rays of love and peace onto me. I, the soul, am saturated with this loving rays from the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Light, my Father. I'm filled with love and peace. I'm relaxed, being filled with love. Slowly, I come back to the center of the forehead, where I reside and drive this body. I radiate God's love and peace to every organ of my body, to each and every cell in my body. I feel that light of God's love is reaching every cell in my body, relaxing my body. I am peaceful. I am God's child. Om Shanti. So today we will look into this negative habit of comparison. So we all sometimes face this problem. So we want to make sure that we will not have this problem anymore. We will stop comparing to others. So we'll look into that today. So every day we will visit this image of ours to make sure we remember that and we carry these powers. So I, the king, I, the soul, am the king over my sense organs. I have mind, sanskars, and intellect as my subtle faculties, which help me create elevated thoughts, decide the right decisions, form the good habits, and use my original qualities and habits. With that, I can destroy the negative thoughts and habits, and I can create and strengthen good, pure, elevated habits, and I can become an angel with all the good sanskars. So, if we look into the problem of comparison, when we ask physical things, can we compare apples to oranges? We will say absolutely no. Everything and has its own value. Apple has its own nutritional value and its own physical appearance. Orange has its own nutritional value and a different physical appearance. Both are beautiful, both are nutritious, both are very good. But we cannot compare, oh, it's orange color, it's red color, right? So we say absolutely no. So, similarly, we have to give a pause and check, why are we comparing ourselves to others, or our kids to others, or our family members to others? That's a big mistake, right? We understand that, but we have to analyze and see why we are doing that so we can get rid of that negative habit. And the problems of with comparison, if we analyze that, we all know that when we compare to others, we will either become inferior or superior. We cannot enjoy the original self. So it's really, really important to not to compare, because we all are unique, not inferior, not superior. And if we compare, we really have to understand that if I want to live like the other person whom I'm comparing to, when am I living my life? If I'm living my life according to others' definition of success or others' definition of happiness, and comparing to the other person and doing everything like that person is doing, then when am I living my life? So we really have to think all these things. And when we focus on other people, first thing we feel low or high, and then we lose time that we could otherwise invest in ourselves to get better in whatever we want to. And that feeling of low or comparison will give a lot of anxiety, depression if it happens again and again. If we don't control it at the root level, it will cause many problems like anxiety or depression. Our originality and creativity gets destroyed, and we can't stay happy or make others happy. If we think in our lives itself, sometimes we might face that, or we see our friends face that. I hear from one of my friend always saying that I have to make life better, make life better. But if I see she has very good job, her husband has job, her kids, beautiful kids, they're studying very well. So if we are not satisfied now and always looking at others to think only I will be happy if I become the director of the company like the other friend, or the CEO of the company like the other friend, I am not able to enjoy that current moment when I'm really happy with everything with what I have. So we really have to be cautious when we think like, oh, I have to become like them, I have to become like them. We can get inspiration, we can get guidance, we can aim for that, we can be very ambitious, but once we are satisfied and content with the current one, and accepting that everyone is unique. In this moment, I am this. I am satisfied. I am content. That gives me energy to aim further, to get further improvement if I need to. But if I'm not happy or content because I'm comparing to the other person, it is a problem, because we can't focus, we can't put all our heart and mind into that work. So it's really important to understand who we are and how we should live our life. And some thoughts to overcome that negative effect of comparison: every minute we spend Wishing we had someone else's life is a minute spent wasting hours. So always we have to remember that. And the other thing is we have to understand that no one is perfect yet. Today somebody else will look very forward than us, but tomorrow I will also reach. If I want to reach that heights, if I strive hard, if I keep my courage today, I will also become that someday. So definitely we all are on our own journey. We cannot race against everybody, any other people. We can only race in our efforts and reach those heights. So no one is perfect yet. So if we are not perfect today, we don't have to compare with the perfect people and get low or feel low. We all have a chance of improvement. If we really have to compare, we have to compare to our own self. From yesterday to today, how much improvement I had in my thoughts, in my work, in my actions, in my relationships. We have a lot of things to compare to our own self. And if we put a perfect image of ours and and which is the being filled with the love, knowledge, powers, mercy, all these things, that angelic being is our image, the perfect image of ours. So we can compare to ourselves how I created my thoughts or how am I working. That's the only comparison we can do, but not to compare to others. And we can, when we value and when we thank what we have, then we stop comparing also, and we can then transform the comparison to transformation. And most importantly for parents, we should never compare our children to others. If we don't feel they are unique, they are special, who else will feel? How can they feel that they are special and they can achieve what they want? So it's really important. Under no circumstances we should be comparing our children to other children. Definitely inspiration, guidance we can take, but not comparison and making them feel low or superior like that, because it destroys their confidence. And always remember, God is not comparing us to anyone else. God is the supreme parent. He does not compare. He listens to all of us equally, gives everything to all of us equally, but how we manage depends on us. How we take depends on us, but He never differentiates. Even in the scriptures, we have seen the most negative people also, when they did tapasya, He was in front of them. So He never differentiates us. So why we differentiate or compare people or children, right? So we have to really uh, remember that. And we should never compare our beginning to someone else's middle, because we might have started today something, somebody else might have started a month ago or a year ago or few years ago. So that difference will be there. We have to work and move forward. We can't compare and feel low. And here it also says success is not always what you see. Here, the leaf looks very small, but the carrot is big. Here, the leaf is very big, but the carrot is very thin. So we cannot compare. One, it has good leaves, which is also useful. The other one has a big carrot, which is also useful. So both are very unique. Similarly, we all are very unique. So today from this, I really want all of us to take this mantra or solution to avoid the comparison and related problems. I am a divine being of light, God's child. Everyone else is also God's child. No one is superior. No one is inferior. Everyone is unique. So if we remember that, all our problems of comparison will end and we all will move forward. So we will explore some of these things in our meditation. And before that, in the self-reflection, again every day when we reflect, when we water our self-reflection, our daily activities, then they will grow. So we have to note down how we did today. And the most important thing is we can make a routine that every day updating everything to the beloved God in the form of parent if you want to, or guide, or a teacher at the end of the day and as things happen during the day. If we keep updating him, he will take the responsibility. If and then it will clean up our mind also. When we update to God, it will clean up our mind, and with fresh affirmations, if I say I am a unique beautiful being of light at night time before we go to bed, that will go into our subconscious mind. Whatever thoughts we give to ourselves before we go to sleep, that will go to into our subconscious mind. So whole night when our conscious mind is like sleeping, all these thoughts that we put into our subconscious mind will be developing inside. We will be like, it will be like imprinted in us. So tomorrow when we wake up, those affirmations will become strong, will become true. So that's what we have to do in the self reflection. So we'll spend a few moments in meditation now. Sit comfortably. Relax yourself. Relax your feet. Relax your legs. Relax your back. Relax your neck. Relax your facial muscles also. As you completely relax your body, I see the soul, the living energy, myself, separate from this physical body. I am a beautiful, shining star of light. I have this role to play in this physical body. But I'm not this physical body. I am the divine being of light, God's child. I am unique and beautiful. I have the biggest speciality and blessing of being God's child. What else I have to think to make me and to feel special? I am God's child. I am filled with the qualities of love, peace, happiness, powers. I don't have to look for these in any external material things. I myself am filled with peace and happiness. God is the ocean of happiness. I am the master ocean of happiness. I do not lose this happiness coming into comparison of this physical world. I'll remain conscious and awake in the state of being the divine point of light, God's child. I sit in front of God and share whatever I'm thinking, I'm doing. The Supreme Mother accepts me as I am. I don't have any fear in front of my Supreme Mother, God, who accepts me as I am and showers me with rays of love and power. And guides me at every step in this journey of life. I only look at myself and look up to God. I keep all my original qualities of powers, knowledge, bliss with me. I radiate this God's power and happiness to each and every soul in my interactions. I see every soul as unique beings of light, playing various roles in this drama of life. Everyone's role is equally important in this drama of life. I respect my role and so the others' roles. I am not superior to anyone. I am not inferior to anyone. I am a unique being of light, the master of this body, child of God. I can do whatever I want to do in my life in the right way with God's guidance, with the Supreme Parent's guidance. I do not have to fear anything. I am God's child. Om Shanti. So please remember that we all are unique beings and practice and make sure, remember that in all our daily interactions, and we will never compare to others. We will only compare ourselves to ourselves from yesterday and look at the improvement and be with God, take the sustenance from God, and remember the inner being of light. Please practice every day this meditation, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new habit that we want to get rid of. Om Shanti. Have a good night and a beautiful day tomorrow. Om Shanti.